Hello! Contrary to what you might think, knitting isn't that hard. All you will need is 2 knitting needles and some yarn. Let's get started. To get started, all you have to do is take the tail of the thread and knot close to the ball and loop it over the other side like this. See? Next, you take the tail of the yarn, loop it under and through the opening with the side of the loop that is closest to the tail right now, and tie a knot so that the tail of the yarn is basically tying a knot around the other side of the yarn. Like this. Your knot should slide smoothly up and down the yarn without any complications. If not, you're doing it wrong. See? Next, you want to take the slip knot that you just made and put it on one of your knitting needles. I'll show you how to do this. Tighten it so that the loop is very small. Put it on top of your knitting needle and tighten. I'm going to show you that again. So, tighten your loop so that it's very small and put it on your knitting needle. Then tighten. You don't want to make it too tight because it will be harder in the next steps. Now, you put your other knitting needle into the loop. I'll show you how to do this. Make your loop a little bit looser because, as I said before, it'll be really hard to put it in. So make your loop a little bit looser and put your needle through to the back of the other needle so that they're crossed, like so. Now this is when it gets a little bit trickier. Pick up the needles and loop the thread that is not the tail around the needle that you just put into the loop, or the one under. Now take the needle and slide it down, grabbing with the needle the thread that you just looped around it, like so. Pull out the loop and put the needle that you did not just extend out under the extended loop. Pull the other needle out and tighten. What you did is called a cast on. Repeat these steps until you are satisfied with the length. If you were making a scarf, you might want to repeat this at least 30 times, but I like to do it more. So, I'll show it to you a couple more times so you can get the hang of it. Now, each time you do this, it will give you another loop around this needle. The loops are another knit stitch. Now I am going to teach you how to cast off. Like before, put the needle without the loops through the loop closest to the tip of your needle with the loops and behind it. Next, loop the thread that is not the tail, this one, same as last time, around the needle that you just put under the other needle. Grab the yarn, and here's where it changes. Push the threads up if you need to. If it's already close to the tip, don't do this. And lift the loop that you just worked with off and tighten. Keep repeating these steps back and forth between the needles until you have the desired length. If you're making a scarf, you'll have to do this a lot. If you're making something else, then maybe not as much. The scarves are very long. Doing this is called a cast off. Now you know how to knit, and bye for now.